Hey, what's up? I'm Dominique and welcome to the very first video of 2025. Woo! Yes, shout out 2025. So to celebrate today, we're going to be finding out what's hot and what's not from ColourPop Cosmetics. And of course, I'm going to be creating a look using only products from ColourPop while I show you my entire collection. Plus, I'm going to be giving you all the tea on these products so we can find out if they're actually worth it or not. So if you love ColourPop or you're just simply looking to try out some ColourPop products, this video is for you. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and let's get started. First things first, we must start off with a good Dr. Pepper. It's a mandatory requirement here. Dr. Pepper is the best soda, so cheers! Oh my gosh, do you hear those bubbles? Iconic, truly. Now you actually might think I'm a little crazy for this, but hear me out, hear me out. Today I'm going to be starting with my eyeshadow first. And the choice for the eyeshadow that I use today is going to be a little bit difficult, honestly, because I have 3 different ColourPop eyeshadow palettes to choose from. The first ColourPop eyeshadow palette that I have is the Gone Matte Eyeshadow Palette. This comes with 30 different completely matte eyeshadow shades and it retails for $35. Next, I have the Stone Cold Fox Eyeshadow Palette. This palette has 30 different cool toned eyeshadow shades and it retails for $35 as well. And lastly, I have the Fade into Hue Colorful Eyeshadow Palette. This has 30 different colorful eyeshadow shades, and I'm not sure how much this retails for because it's currently out of stock online, and they don't even share how much this product retails for online, which is a little strange. Even though it's out of stock, it should still say the price, right? I just realized that you can see my Christmas lights still. So for today, I want to go with a little bit more of a warm toned eyeshadow look. So I'm going to be using the Gone Matte Eyeshadow Palette. And let me show you exactly how I use it. For my eyeshadow looks, it's mandatory that I start off with the eyeshadow primer. So today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer to prime my eyelids. And if I'm being quite honest, I always prime my eyelids with a concealer. And for me, it works every single time. I feel like concealers just give such a nice full coverage base for the eyeshadow to sit on top of. And it's quite wonderful. Now to begin the eyeshadow, I'm going to take a really large fluffy blending brush and I'm going to dip into the shade called Butter Up. And the brush that I'm using today is actually a part of the ColourPop Stone Cold brush collection. This brush specifically is the E15 brush. You know what, actually this is a part of the ColourPop Ultimate brush roll, not the Stone Cold Fox one. It's such a cute little brush roll and it comes with so many different brushes, from eye brushes to face brushes, and if I'm being honest, the quality of these brushes are so good. And I'm going to place the Butter Up shade all over my eyelid. I'm placing it into my crease. I'm doing some windshield wiper motions, which is just when you take your brush and you go to the inner corner to the outer corner, just like a little windshield wiper. And I'm just going to build up the pigment with about 3 layers of the shadow. I'm also going to be putting it all over my eyelid as well. And don't be afraid to bring the shade all the way up to your eyebrow, because then that way you'll have so much room to work with other shades. And the pigment on these shadows is really nice. You know, they're not overly pigmented, but they're just pigmented enough to get the job done and look really nice on the eyes. And now I'm going to take a slightly smaller fluffy blending brush, and this is the E16 brush from the Ultimate brush roll, and I'm going to dip into this shade called Shaggy right here. So with this shade, I'm actually going to start by placing it all over my eyelid, and I'm going to build it up with about 3 to 4 layers so it becomes really pigmented right on the eyelid. And don't worry about blending with this step. I'm really just focusing on getting the eyelid to be as pigmented as possible. You can see when I dip my brush into these shadows, there is so much dust that gets kicked up into the palette. You know, it's a little bit concerning, but truly who cares, because it doesn't affect my makeup, right? And it still looks good, so as long as it works, I don't really care. Just thought I'd point it out because I was like, wow, that's a lot of dust that gets kicked up. So now with the same exact brush and this shade called Blanky, I'm going to be doing the exact same step of placing this shade directly onto my eyelid and building it up so it's very pigmented. So this dark shade is just going to remain on my eyelid and that's it. And you might be thinking, what the heck are you doing with this look? Just trust the process, okay? Yeah, you see, this is exactly why I do my eyeshadow first. I mean, imagine if I had my base makeup already completely done and I decided to do my eyeshadow and then that happened and it got all over my base makeup. I would not like that at all. But if I just do my eyeshadow first, I can just wipe it right away. And if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon of doing your eyeshadow first, you should try it out one day and you're going to be shocked at how much better it looks. So now here's where the blending comes in. I'm going to take the very first fluffy blending brush that we used along with the very first shade that we used, which is called Buttercup, and I'm just going to blend out all these harsh edges. And truly, these shades are actually blending out so beautifully. beautifully. I'm loving how they look. And last but not least, I'm going to take the exact same brush that we've been using, the ColourPop E16 brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade right here called Fleeky, and I'm just gonna lightly dust it all over my eyelid. Do you see all of this insane fallout? Well, I'm just gonna wipe it away and act like it never happened. Perks of doing my eyeshadow first. Now I'm going to have some fun, and I'm gonna add some glitter to this eye look. This is a Super Shock shadow in the shade Mighty Morphin. Oh my god! If you haven't tried this out yet, you really need to, because you're gonna be obsessed just like me. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous glittery eyeshadow topper. And what that means is that there's really no base to this glitter. So whatever eyeshadow color you put it on top of, it's gonna match because there's no base, it's just glitter. So I'm going to pick up a little of the product onto my finger, and I'm just going to tap it on all over my lid. You can see it's a gorgeous champagne silvery glitter. So you know me, I'm going in with the glitter. I use this on my looks all the time. It's one of my favorite ways to make my eyeshadow pop, and you can use a brush with this as well. I just prefer my finger because it goes on a lot more intense that way. I highly, highly, highly recommend this. And can't you just see it looks like I have wet diamonds on my eyelids? And for that, you know I am so obsessed. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. And in this, I wear the shade Light 60 Neutral. First, I'm just going to pump a little bit out on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to pick some up onto my foundation brush, and I'm going to start directly applying it to my cheeks. Now, I have used this foundation so many times at this point, and I've even repurchased it. This foundation retails for $16, and I think that is such a good deal for how beautiful this foundation is. This is a super hydrating foundation, and it also gives your skin more of a medium coverage. So you know it's really gonna cover up everything that it needs to. And plus, my favorite part about this is that it gives your skin a really nice glow. And I just love how it looks on the skin. It does not cling to any of my dry spots or texture. I highly, highly, highly recommend this. I've had this for so many years at this point, and I still love it to this day. And then with my little beauty sponge, I'm just gonna help to press the foundation into my skin. This is gonna help make it look so much more natural and airbrushed, especially in person. I always do this every single time I wear foundation. I cannot skip this step. It truly makes a difference. Now it's time to brighten up these under eyes with some concealer, and I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. And in this, I have the shade Fair 20 Neutral. Now I will say this concealer is a little bit light for me, but hey, what a good way to brighten up my under eyes. This product right here retails for $9, and I'm going to start placing it directly under my eyes to start. And if you're wondering where you can actually go and see ColourPop products, you can find them at Ulta. I remember when ColourPop was first in Ulta, I was so happy that I could actually go and see these products, because ColourPop started as an online brand only, and I've been loving ColourPop so much. I remember when their eyeshadows came in just a pan. Not even packaging, just a pan. And I do have a few of those. They're definitely expired, but I still have them. This concealer is super lightweight. I will say one thing about this concealer. It is so incredibly lightweight on the skin. If you want a concealer that feels like you're wearing nothing, this is the one for you. And as you can see, the coverage to it is really beautiful. It has more of a medium coverage, but you could definitely build it up to be full coverage, just like I'm doing right now. And you see that? Wow, look at this brightening effect. This formula is truly so creamy, and it really does melt into the skin. But I will say it does crease a little bit, so definitely set this with powder as soon as you can. But once you set it with powder, everything's okay. Overall, it's such a beautiful concealer. I mean, it looks good on the skin, it gets the job done, so really, what more do you need in a concealer? And of course, I'm going to press the concealer into my skin using my beauty sponge as well. I do this after every single cream product that I apply to my skin. I really love how the Pretty Fresh foundation and concealer both have hyaluronic acid in them, so it really helps these products to feel so much more hydrating on the skin. It really helps to lock in my moisture all day, and it gives my skin a little bit of a glow, so really, sign me up for that. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of cream bronzer to my skin, and today I'm going to be using the ColourPop Bronze Stick in the shade Moonstone Beach. As you can see, this concealer washed me out a little bit, so we need to fix that with some cream bronzer. I'm going to start by applying this directly to my cheeks. I'm going to place it onto my forehead as well, on the sides of my nose, and a little bit on my jawline. Now this bronzer stick is gliding onto my skin. It is so insanely creamy, and it retails for $10. So really, that is such a good deal for such a creamy pigmented bronzer stick. And to blend it out, I'm going to be using this brush from the Ultimate Brush Roll. This is the ColourPop F20 brush. brush, and I'm just going to stamp out the products onto my cheek. When you put cream bronzer or blush onto your skin, you should always bring it up towards your temples to help lift your face. You never want to blend anything down. And I can't lie, this bronzer stick literally blended out in 5 seconds. It is so creamy and so easy to use. I really love this, and I love how the shade is a little bit more on the neutral side of things. It's not too warm and it's not too cool toned either. It's right in between, and as you can see, it does not look orange on the skin at all. This is really helping to chisel out my face, and I love a good sculpted look. It's not dry or patchy or cakey on the skin either. It just blends in so smooth onto the skin. It basically melts in. I mean, you see how it just added so much dimension and life into my skin? I love, love, love this product. It's honestly probably one of my favorites that I've used so far. This bronzer stick slays so freaking hard. I mean, especially for the price, I am obsessed with it. It's too good to be true. I mean, it's too good. And then with my little beauty sponge, of course, I'm going to press the bronzer into my skin. Like I said, after every single cream product, I do this. Now, I don't have any setting powder from ColourPop, so I'm gonna set my face and I'll be right back. Now, I actually did do my eyebrows with this ColourPop eyebrow pencil, and in this, I have the shade Dark Brown. It's a very thin brow pencil. I love this size of brow pencil because it's really precise and it fills in everything so neatly. This wasn't the only thing that I used to fill in my eyebrows today, but you know, for a good fill, it worked so nicely. It's not the creamiest brow pencil in the world, but for $8, you really can't go wrong with this. It gets the job done, it fills in everything you need it to, it's very precise, and for that, I'm sold. So now, I need to add some blush to these cheeks so we can really bring the look together. So today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in the shade Prairie Air, and this baby right here retails for $12. Now, as you can see, this is a super bright pink blush, but have no fear because it's gonna look so cute on the skin. Now, to apply the blush, I'm actually going to be using one of the brushes from the Stone Cold brush roll, and this is the ColourPop F30 brush. So I'm just gonna pick up a little onto my brush, and I'm gonna tap a lot off so we really don't get too much pigment, and then I'm going to start applying it directly to my cheeks. Oh, it's going on so cutie. I love this shade. It's a little bit flirty. I like how it's really brightening up my cheeks, and it's a true baby doll pink blush. I will say this blush isn't insanely pigmented, but it's just pigmented enough. You can definitely build this to be as pigmented as you like, which is honestly really nice because you get to customize how much you want on your cheek. And if I'm being quite honest, it goes onto my skin so smooth. It barely looks like there's any powder on my skin, and I really love that because this is truly so thin and lightweight. And the fact that it retails for $12, what an incredible deal for a powder blush. I really do like this formula, and I would love to try out more shades. One of the last things that I need to add to this look is definitely a good highlight. So of course, I have to use the ColourPop Flexitarian highlighter, and this retails for $9. So what a freaking good steal for such a good highlight. This is one of my favorite highlighters of all time, and I'm actually going to be applying this highlighter with a ColourPop brush from the Stone Cold brush roll, and this is the F33 brush. So I'm just going to apply it at the highest points of my cheek. Oh, do you see this glow? Oh my gosh. It is so pigmented, so blinding. It goes onto the skin so insanely smooth, and it doesn't look chunky, powdery, glittery, or anything like that. It's a very soft and smooth glow to the cheeks. I love how it just blends into my skin. It literally just melts. It does not pick up on any texture, and it's just simply gorgeous. So you already know I need to place this all over my face today. I want to look like the brightest glazed donut in the shop. I truly hope that you have had a wonderful new year so far. May we all have such a wonderful 2025 experience. And I mean, if 2025 is half as good as this highlighter looks, then I'm here for it and I'm sold. And you see, I've used this so much that I've actually dropped it and it broke. And you know, I just pressed it back in and it stayed in place, and it has never let me down. Quite honestly, it's a gorgeous highlighter. And I know I keep saying that, but clearly I'm obsessed. Duh. Now we are finally on the very last step of this look, and that would be the lip combo. And I can't lie, these lippy pencils are incredible. I love the formula so much. They're insanely creamy, they last all day long, and I can't tell you how obsessed I am. One of the best affordable lip pencils ever. And plus, they retail for $8. So to line my lips today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade 951. Now I'm not sure if you can get this liner anymore, but it does come in one of the lip liner sets. So I'm just gonna give my lips a really nice line with this, and I just want you to watch and see how creamy this is. Watch this. Oh my god. You see how pigmented that is? Isn't that insane? What do you mean for $8 you can have the most creamy lip pencil on the planet? Yeah, it's true. These shades are just so beautiful. I love the variety that they have in the lip pencils, and the fact that they're called lippy pencils is the greatest thing ever, honestly. And the formula is truly beyond iconic. And now for the lip color, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Byron Babe, and this retails for $8 as well. These are super creamy and matte lipsticks, that's for sure. I love this formula because it's so insanely pigmented, and once it dries down, it lasts all day long. And did I mention this lip is so insanely creamy? Because truly, it really is. And quite honestly, it has one swipe full coverage pigment to it. I mean, watch this. You see how pigmented that is? Insane. And are you kidding me? It's literally $8. Sign me up. I'm sold instantly. They also have super fun and unique shades in this product as well, so I know you'll definitely be able to find a shade you love. This product feels so comfortable and creamy on the lips. Even though it's a matte formula, it doesn't feel dry and crusty at all. So I really like that about this. And you know what? It's another gorgeous lip product from ColourPop. If I'm being honest, I feel like ColourPop really slays the lip products every single time. Now for the lip gloss, I have another ancient ColourPop product. This is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. Now you can still get the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip, but they have completely revamped the packaging since I bought this one, and they definitely got rid of the shade that I'm going to be using today, which is the shade Snow Day, sadly, but I think it's really comparable to the shade that you can get today called Sugar Cookie. This formula is so shimmery and glossy. I don't think it feels thick at all. It's pretty thin. It's very shiny, very glossy. Oh my gosh, it smells so good as well. It smells just like cookies or like vanilla. I don't know if they changed that scent with the new packaging. Hopefully not. I mean, hey, it's a basic gloss. It gets the job done. It's not too thin and it's not too thick. It's not sticky. My lips are glossy and shiny, so I am loving this gloss. And oh my gosh, this is the entire ColourPop look, all complete. I mean, can we talk about my base makeup right now? Why does my base look so good right now? Slay, ColourPop, you slayed. And that's it. Here's today's final look using a full face of ColourPop cosmetics. I just love that I can create a gorgeous makeup look with products that don't break the bank. I mean, who says you have to spend a lot of money on makeup products to make your makeup look good? Not me, because these products simply exist and they proved it right here that they can look good on a budget. If you truly have ever thought about trying out ColourPop, I highly recommend. I think you're gonna love their products. The foundation is amazing, the concealer is amazing, the eyeshadow is incredible, the cream bronzers, the blush, the highlight, the lip products. Oh my god, I could just go on and on about how good these are. I really like how this makeup look turned out today. And to me, ColourPop is definitely a super hot brand. So I am living for it. And before you go, make sure to leave a comment down below telling me what is your favorite ColourPop product. And of course, as always, I've linked all the products that I mentioned in today's video down in the description box for you, just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. And I'll be back next week with a brand new video, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss when I upload my next video. And then we can really become besties. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I hope you had so much fun as I showed you my ColourPop makeup collection. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and P.S. don't forget to subscribe so that we can truly become besties. I love that for us. Peace and blessings all 2025 long. All 2025 long. I'm dead, okay? I need to be put to bed.